What it do? What's good, Rivals family? We got a lot to talk about today. From back-to-back Game 5s in the Marvel Rivals Fight Night. And then also we have to talk about the Marvel Rivals $3 million tournament and all the teams that's been announced. If you don't know me yet, my name is Trey, and I try my best to upload daily, consistent Marvel Rivals competitive content. If you haven't yet, please subscribe to me and just show that you support. Let's get it going, man. So the qualifiers of NA are Sentinels, 100 Thieves, Shroud X, and Team Magnets, and they qualified through the MRC Season 1. Next, we have the MRI Invitational, but Marvel Rivals Invitational, and we have, FlyQuest, Envy, Shikigami, NTMR. I'm not too familiar with NTMR, but they qualified. And we have open qualifiers, which are Jobless Bums, Solaris, Citadel Gaming, a very, very underrated team. Team Nemesis, TKXD, Ego Death, Alien Win, and Luminosity Gaming. Pretty solid picks. Honestly, I'm gonna do my prediction next video on who I think is gonna go really far. But some of the strongest teams that I've watched out of NA are definitely 100 Thieves and definitely Sentinels. Definitely Sentinels, but don't sleep on Citadel, man. They have a very solid squad. Next, moving on to EU. The best team I think that is in the game right now. Their squad is just full of Overwatch pros, like T1 pros, bro. We got Virtus Pro. Should I say more? I think in the past weeks they've won 13 of the Marvel Rivals Fight Nights. 13, and I think they missed one. They took the day off, but we should have just given them like an honorable mention. You know, that's just how strong that team is in EU right now. Next, we have All Business. I'm not too familiar with you guys. Next, we have OG. Then we have Team Peeps, Zero Tenacity, Dusty, and they all qualified through the Invitational. And Virtus Pro, All Business, and OG, they all qualified through the Marvel Rivals Championship Series. Open qualifiers, we have Team 1, 0%, Alkadash. Alkadash is really good. I love watching them play. They have a fun play style. Berber Patapim, my favorite team in EU, and I wish the best for them. They should be number 1, in my personal opinion, if it wasn't for Virtus Pro just being OP. Virtus Pro over there, they got the 2016 Warriors with KD. Okay? We got Team Insomnia. Sorry if I butchered the rest of these names. They're like very, very unique. We got Yoni Kanda, Blood Karudo, Blacklisted, Shigmas, and FYR Strays. So yeah, those are all of your EU qualifiers. Like I said, I'm gonna do my predictions next video on who I think is gonna go really far in this, and I also think we're gonna have a couple of upsets. Honestly, I think a lot of teams are gonna really stand out and really try. But yeah, that's gonna be really fun. Like I said, it's gonna be a $3 million tournament. I'm gonna be watch partying it and stuff like that. Marvel Rivals Fight Night recap. Starting off with NA. Now, I broke all of this down, and I got a lot of the stats. Citadel versus Shroud X, right? Insane game, right? Game 1 and Game 2, I just think Shroud X made a lot of mistakes. I just think they made a lot of mistakes. But let's go through some of these stats. So Game 1, most final blows goes to Vision GMG on Shroud X. Most kills goes to Nuke. Most damage goes to Fraud. And Fraud was playing Storm. Man, Storm is a very underrated character. Very underrated flyer character. Which I can see because she damage boosts a lot. I can see how she has the most damage, but it's just the way that Fraud plays her, it's very impressive. Game 2, we have, and my bad. Game 1 was a Citadel win. Game 2 was another Citadel win. They got back-to-back wins, which is very astounding to me because I called it at the beginning of the game. I was like, yo, they're going to get 3-0'd. Like, Shroud X is going to sweep the floor, but I don't know what's going on with Shroud X. I don't know what's up with the chemistry in the camp, but something is they're just not executing enough. And man, I really wish We can have like we can listen to the guys' voices or like their call outs when they're talking to each other. That would be fantastic. Like something like in Call of Duty where you could like do like a listening or something. Next we have game 2, Citadel win. Again, fraud with 15 final blows. Nuke with 43,780 healing. That's the most healing in that game. And damage goes to fraud again with 29,000. Game 3, Shard X finally can get a 1 on the board. Final blows going to fraud still. Fraud with 13 final blows. Fetal on Shard X with 69,000 healing. That's a lot of healing right there. That's a lot of healing. And if I'm not mistaken, I do believe Fetal was playing Luna. I think he was playing Luna. Or he or she was playing Luna. And then most damage goes to Fraud again. Fraud was carrying. Honestly. Excuse me. But Fraud was doing this big one. And I would love to give him MVP of this series, but they didn't end up winning. Game 4, another Shroud win. They just rallied together right here. Vision GMG with 15 kills, with 15 final blows. Fetal, again, 40,000 healing. And then we got most damage. Esther with City with 28k. With 28k healing, which is not bad. It was just a decent game. Now, I really do believe if they could have at least gotten game 4, they could have walked away with it. Game 5 goes to Shroud X again. Doomed with 12 kills. Valentina, 26k healing. I think they were running triple healer here. And then damage was with Doomed again with 21k. Now, very interesting series. Very interesting series. Crazy. The next game we have, I didn't do all the stats for each game because honestly 100 Thieves just wiped the floor with Shroud X. Like they just dog walked them. And I'm just being completely honest. They didn't have a answer for Terrible. Terrible just might as well just been playing Invisible Woman with Fist. He was just walking around, not being targeted, not being focused. They just let him walk around map 2. I think map 2 was on Wakanda, not being focused or nothing like that. But most healing, Fetal, a lot of fucking healing. And this is with all the 3 games, she had the most healing out of everybody with 115,361 healing. Most final hits goes to Terrible with 30 final hits. He putting up Stephen Curry numbers. Guys, he's putting up Stephen Curry numbers. Somebody's got to watch that, man. Because Terrible, I think game 1, I think it was Terrible. He kept on lagging out. They had like a whole delay and everything. His freaking GPU was on basically 1 HP. And y'all just let this man drop 30 on y'all. But let me not like go too hard on y'all. But the man doesn't have a GPU. His GPU's coughing up blood. And he's still dropping 30. Well played, Terrible. Most damage goes to Vision GMG with 68k healing. Very well. I think game 1, I think Vision GMG was playing Star-Lord, if I'm not mistaken. And then he switched throughout the last few matches. But nonetheless, I think Shroud X, they just got to tie up a couple bolts, man. I think Shroud X, they have a lot of potential. It's just, they just need, I don't know, man. They just need to execute more. They just need to execute more. They got everything that they need, bro. They got a solid squad. They just need to execute more. But yeah, my MVP for that match definitely goes to 100 Thieves Terrible. Okay, now moving on to EU, we had an electric match with Virtus Pro and Berber Patapim, which I didn't think was gonna go 5 games, especially in the 5th game, where it's like an overtime situation. But game 1 started off with a VP win. Very solid. PKY had the most final blows with 15. Healing was Ken with 35,000, and damage was Fee with 25,000. which was a pretty solid game, honestly. I mean, it was cool, but I didn't really expect it to go this far. Now, I believe game 2 was when Tiki switched to the Black Panther, and it got spooky. Him and Enzo ended up getting like both 8 7 or 8 or so final hits for a Berber win. Final blows, yeah, I had Enzo with 8 and Tan with 8. Not Tan, it's Tiki something. I don't know how to pronounce it. I'm sorry. Headphones just died on me. Next, we have healing with Alex. He had 21,000 healing, which I think most of the game people were running triple heals, and damage was with PKY with 13,000. Excuse me. Next, game 3. Another VP win. They're throwing blows back to back, man. Sparker had 20 final kills. 20 of them. Alex had 40k healing. Sparker had 24,000 damage. And a VP win. Game 4, Burp had a PIM win. They're going back and forth, back and forth. Now we had PKY he had responded with his 20 final kills. Gendro had 28k healing, and then damage was what PKY with 24,000. And I think most of the game PKY was on the Psylocke. Even though my lovely Psylocke got a nerf this update. Next we have a game 5 with a VP win, with Sparker having 17 kills, Gendro 35,000 healing, and PKY with 23,000 damage. That game was back and forth. Very exciting match. I want to give my MVP to Gendro. I just really feel like they didn't have an answer for him. And he was very versatile, keeping his team alive across all matches, still doing damage, doing everything that he could. I just really believe that he was the most. If it's not Gendro, I have to give it to Sparker for the MVP. Just having the impact across 2 games to drop a lot of final blows. But I could also give it to PKY. PKY was very consistent. I think PKY showed up 3 times. 3 times most damage. Yeah, most damage twice, I believe. Most damage twice and final blows once. No, twice. 15 final blows. So I'm gonna still give it to Gendro because I can't really argue between Sparker and PKY. They're very, very, very talented individuals. But yeah, so that's been the games, man. That's been the games for this week. And I hope you guys tune in to Marvel Rivals Fight Night. I love what they're doing over there as far as a competitive content. And if you haven't yet, my name is Trey. Please like and subscribe for more consistent Marvel Rivals content. I'm going to be posting it regardless. And it's my first time actually doing like a video kind of like this where I'm sitting down, breaking down stats and stuff like that for a game that I'm really addicted to right now. So I'm about to go ahead and edit this. I'm about to post it on my Poppy Trey page. I'm going to post some clips of it on TikTok, and I hope you guys enjoy, man. Thank you for watching. Please like, subscribe, and I'm out of here. Deuces.